So, back for the final episode of Believe in Boyt with this Feraligatr team, and I've actually been pretty impressed with Feraligatr. It's been putting in a lot of work this week, so has the Tangrowth. I really like the Tangrowth. Unfortunately, Steelix hasn't quite pulled its weight, but still got time. That's a Kyogre. Okay. Didn't actually know that restricted legendaries were allowed in this, so... okay then, that's gonna change some things, I guess. What do I want to go for with this? Steelix, to be fair, if I take care of the Kyogre, Steelix is actually pretty good. Okay, I think I'm going to leave with Tangrowth at least. Maybe go with Latias. I am very much considering the Steelix here. 2 ground types is putting me off Raikou, even though there is a Kyogre right there. I think I am going to bring Steelix. If I can take care of the Kyogre, that means I probably should bring the Raikou. But Feraligatr is reasonable as well. And then I'll still do good damage to the Kyogre in the rain, because Waterfall, Sheer Force, Life Orb would be still pretty good. I'm going to go with Feraligatr. I really shouldn't be bringing Steelix, but if I just take care of that Kyogre, it's looking pretty good. It's not Kyogre yet, but that's not the most ideal, because they can redirect my Draco here. Actually, I think that's okay if I go for Sleep Powder and Draco, because if I go for Draco, then they have to follow me to keep the Garchomp safe, and if they don't follow me and they're going for the Air Slash into Tangrowth, I get to take care of the Garchomp. If they go for the Air Slash, then that's okay, and if they go for Follow Me, that's okay as well, because now I'll be hopefully getting a Sleep Powder into this. If I lose the Latias to a Dragon Claw here, that's okay, that's okay. That's okay, I'm not going to lose it to the Dragon Claw. Now I just need to hit the 90% accurate Sleep Powder. Zoom Lens, come in clutch, please. Thank you kindly. Zoom Lens is just the best on Tangrowth. Like, I will not hear otherwise. Ockerberry is not correct. And now I can go for a Draco. And just hope they're not Sash. Is it worth Leaf Storming the Garchomp to cover for that? Or is it worth going into Feraligatr / Steelix so that I can start potentially setting up? And I'm going to take the slightly riskier option of going into Feraligatr and dropping a Draco on Garchomp. And just hoping that it is not Focus Sash. Because that is the only way that this can go wrong, I think. Maybe Bright Powder as well. Or missing a Draco. Like, that can happen as well. And now we are playing about with Sleep Turns. That surely indicates they are not Focus Sash. So now, if they stay asleep, I am very sorted. That's 2/3 in my favour here. This is still the correct play in my opinion. It's playing the odds, but the odds are in my favour. If they do wake up and follow me, they can only KO one of them, and then the other one would be able to still be able to do some good damage next turn. And Feraligatr would be the one I would want to keep. They are switching out the Garchomp. Okay, that's acceptable. It's a Venusaur. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. This is still going to absolutely chunk the Venusaur. Unless Togekiss. No, there we go. Okay, so that's fine. That was a good chunk. Now, is Ice Punch strong enough? I do outspeed them, so I can't flinch. That's good. Is Ice Punch with the sheer force boost strong enough to KO the Togekiss? Because if if it is, I can sweep through here. Because I'm confident my Psychic will still KO that Venusaur, even with that Black Sludge. So I'm going to go for Ice Punch into the Togekiss, and Psychic into the Venusaur. And then hopefully Feraligatr will sweep through. No, either just has to be strong enough, or they don't follow me. And it was easily strong enough, so good. Now Latias needs to be strong enough with its special attack drop. And I feel like it should be. And I was incorrect in that assumption. The Black Sludge saved them. So Feraligatr is not going to be sweeping through here. So there needs to be no Kyogre. Pretty much at this point. At least I can go into Tangrowth very safely, because a Sludge Bomb won't hurt it too much anymore. But that was a clutch survival from the Venusaur. Mamoswine, okay. Okay, could be worse. At least they didn't bring the Kyogre. That was kind of them. I'm still going to Sleep Powder the Mamoswine. I think it's more optimal to do that. And I will Psychic the Venusaur. Because that wouldn't do too much. Now, it's a 2-shot, so I do need to be hitting my Sleep Powder, else I'm forced to go for Rage Powders. But this is not the worst thing. If I can just get Sleep Powders onto both Pokemon, I can win with my Steelix. I just need probably just one, maybe 2 curses. 1v1, I'll only need 1 curse. Oh no, it's a Garchomp that's got Swords Dance, so... So I'm going to take my free KO on the Mamoswine. Even if they get up a Swords Dance, they won't be able to deal with my Tangrowth in 1. And my Steelix also has Sturdy, so it will get off an attack. So this is still okay. Because Lee Storm will absolutely KO that Mamoswine. So long as I don't flinch to any Rock Slides. At least I survive with the Latias and confirm it's Life Orb, but Tangrowth. Tangrowth. Good, okay. Now things are looking good. Because they've got Protect, Swords Dance, Rock Slide, they have a ground move, they don't have a dragon move, so I can go for a pretty safe Sleep Powder into the Garchomp and I can recover here. They do not have Dragon and Rock as their coverage. So, yeah, that was not too bad. And Steelix could have done something, but of course it didn't. Okay, final match. And we're going against pretty much the standard team. I guess Tangrowth itself wasn't so standard, but those mons are expected to be seen, I think. Do want to bring the Raikou because it can 1v1 the Gastrodon. I don't particularly want Steelix here. It's alright. It is alright, but no, it's the Feraligatr Showcase and this is the final match. So if you want a Steelix Showcase, you're going to have to go and vote for it on Fun Conventional, which Altaria did end up winning. So Altaria will be the next Pokemon to be featured on Fun Conventional. We'll have to see how that goes because it sucks, but there we go. Okay, T-Tar Tangrowth. Are we just trading Sleep Powders? It seems like we might be. I'm going to go for a Swords Dance, and I will Sleep Powder, even though they're likely to be Lumberry. Like, I think that is the most common item on T-Tar. Makes sense. But that's actually slightly better for me, especially if their Sleep Powder misses because they're not using the correct item in the zoom lens on the Tangrowth. Yes, no. That would be like the perfect showcase if you just missed right now. Oh, it could have been so perfect. But that's fine, I'll just go for another Sleep Powder into the Cheetah. And that protects, so long as they're not Lumberry, that is better for me because that stalls a turn of my sleep now. So this is okay. And that's twice my Tangrowth moves first, so I might be outspeeding them. So it doesn't matter what Blaziken does, because it will stay asleep, but I am hoping you are not Lumberry on your Cetar. If you are, it's not the worst thing. You can't actually damage me too badly at the moment. And I'll always be faster than the T-Tar even if it Dragon Dances, because I'm plus on them with the speed boosts. The Tangrowth switches out, that's not the worst thing. If it's into Arcanine, fair enough, but I'm still +1 and still absolutely fine. Gastrodon makes a lot of sense. but it is still staring down that Tangrowth. And there's the Dragon Lance, but I'm still faster than them. Now, are you Lumberry? If you are not Lumberry, I am looking awesome. Assuming I hit, of course, 90% accurate and all that. That would have been the worst showcase if I'd have missed mine and they hit theirs. Don't be Lumberry. There's the Lumberry, but that's okay. Now, what is the optimal way to do it? Because I could, like, assuming my Blaziken wakes up, if it stays asleep, I have to go for Leaf Storm into Gastrodon. So I think that is best here. Even though I might flinch, I think that is still the correct course of action. And it's the reason why I made my Tangrowth like not min speed for the Zoom Lens is specifically Gastrodon, so that I can still outspeed and just KO them with Leaf Storm. I can still miss because Zoom Lens wouldn't have activated, but I do wake up, so I am absolutely sorted. Because I know they're not Focus Sash because they had a Lumberry, so I do just have to hit a 90% accurate move, which the Tangrowth has been doing so much with its Zoom Lens, but this one is without the Zoom Lens, assuming it's not a Turbo Gastrodon, but Tangrowth has been doing well so far, but had to miss one eventually. So, unfortunate. But at least the T-Tar is taken care of. It's amusing it was a Leaf Storm that missed, not a Sleep Powder. So... don't have the best ways of dealing with the opposing Tangrowth now. But that's alright, that's alright. I can still get my Calm Mind and just Leaf Storm the opposing Gastrodon, and we'll just trade our Sleep Powders later on. Be nice to get my special attack drop so I can give it to the Tangrowth. What was the other Pokemon? Togekiss I just beat. Arcanine I'll beat with Feraligatr. They do have Protect, fair enough, but there's nothing that... I guess they have a Sludge Bomb. Very occasionally seen Sludge Bomb and Tangrowth purely for Breloom. And that would be a bad situation. But again, not the worst thing. And they've done the same thing as they did the previous, at the start of the match, where they protected and Sleep Powdered and missed this time. Okay, good. But if they would have hit, that was still stalling a turn of my sleep effectively. So it would have still been okay. But they missed their Sleep Powder. I haven't missed my Sleep Powder yet. I missed my Leaf Storm, of course, but clearly showing why Zoom Lens is the superior Tangrowth. I will Calm Mind again, because I'm intending to power swap the Tangrowth, so I don't want to snarl it. I will, once again, just Leaf Storm the Gastrodon. I don't want to Sleep Powder because it wouldn't be Zoom Lensed in case they switched out, like to cover a switch with the Sleep Powder. I just need to hit this Leaf Storm now. And Raikou should be able to just sweep through. I guess there's a Sizzle waiting in the back, potentially. But no Rindo Berry is good. I also know that the Lumberry is not on the Sizzle, so I'd be able to very safely go for Sleep Powder into the Sizzle. That's why you run Zoom Lens. Zoom Lens is the correct item on Tangrowth. Like, I will not be dissuaded from this. That is the Sizzle. That is okay. So, what's the best way? Because they could protect the Sizzle and go for a Sleep Powder, but I don't want to give them any potential Swords Dance boosts. I'm definitely Sleep Powdering the Sizzle, for sure. It's just whether, do I attack the Sizzle, or do I get extra damage onto the Tangrowth? Because Thunderbolt will hurt the Tangrowth now. I don't think I need to deal with it, like, super quickly. This is fine. This is fine. Like, even though they do protect, they're doing exactly the same thing where they're stalling an extra turn. Like, I will go, like, assuming I go to sleep here, if they miss again, it'll be a perfect showing of why you should run Zoom Lens on the Tangrowth, assuming they're not Zoom Lens. But, yeah, like, they're doing the suboptimal thing. Like, just let your thing go to sleep and play the Sleep War, because I've got a slight advantage in this Sleep War now. I've got more likelihood of waking up earlier than they do. So I can still just go for the Sleep Powder. I'll live the X-Scissor. Maybe not Life Orb. Maybe not Life Orb. And if they go for a Swords Dance, then just U-turn. I'll live that because that's not an X-Scissor. So 90% accurate, very good. And they just have Giga Drain, and that's not going to be strong enough. Leaf Storm is much better than Giga Drain, so... Even, yeah, critical hit even, so... Now... Do I switch into Feraligatr for some Regenerator, which won't matter? Will for Bullet Punch, to be fair, but... I will always Thunderbolt the Sizzle. It's always Thunderbolt the Scissor. But switching into the Feraligatr could open myself up to potential Giga Drain. So I am going to go for a power swap into the Tangrowth and keep my Feraligatr safe. And I do wake up, so that is very good. And that's got to be in Snarl KO range at this point. My Tangrowth has been moving first like every single time, so that's good. Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't switch into my Feraligatr, and because they would have got, like, a lot of damage, because I wouldn't have power swapped the Tangrowth. So, but that's fine. I just get to go for a Snarl and a Ice Punch here. I don't expect that to KO the Tangrowth, but I expect the Snarl to KO the Sizzle. At +2, I should. So, this should be fine. Next day asleep, so I will hopefully KO the Sizzle here if I just get that Snarl connection. Good. Very good. And now I should be winning this. Even if they Giga Drain crit the Feraligatr and then get all the sleeps on my Raikou, with, like, they'd have to crit through it as well. And that's very good damage, for, like, against a Tangrowth as well. That's very good damage. This won't KO because it's not Leaf Storm, and because they were power swapped as well, so, yeah, sorted. And, like, I don't know their item. I never hit them with a fire move, and that is the most common thing. But Zoom Lens is the correct item. They missed 2 Sleep Powders. They hit 2 out of 4 Sleep Powders. I've hit, what? I don't know how many. I missed 1 throughout the entire week of this. I think I missed 1, but then hit a lot more. Like, Zoom Lens is the correct item on Tangrowth, for sure. So that's going to be it for the Feraligatr showcase. Somewhat of a Tangrowth showcase as well. I'm glad that got to be shown pretty well, but I was impressed by Feraligatr.